he suffered from TDS, commonly known as Trump derangement syndrome. Well, now that is false, and there's only one person who suffered from Trump derangement syndrome. His name is Donald Trump.
Perform sex change operation and send him back home.
Not Jimmy anymore, it's Tamara, but I will.
I know nothing about QAnon. I know nothing about it.
I know nothing about the indictment.
I know nothing about WikiLeaks.
I have no idea who these women are.
Remember when Trump claimed he'd drain the swamp and bring transparency? Well, Jimmy Kimmel just exposed how Team Trump royally botched the Epstein list release, and it's the most ironic thing you'll see today. Trump once called Epstein a terrific guy who likes women on the younger side. Now his team can't even handle releasing documents about the guy without making a complete mess. Coincidence? Kimmel doesn't think so.
Still just concepts? Do you have a fully developed plan?
Let me explain. Obamacare stinks. It's lousy. I said, well, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to protect them from migrants coming in.
Trump saw the Expendables 3 on his plane last night and is like, I need those guys to help.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Buckle in, we got a lot to cover tonight, folks. America under Trump 2.0 is certainly something. Remember all those promises about fixing the economy? Well, inflation's climbing faster than Trump's golf scores. Unemployment is spiking. Measles is making a comeback like it's the hot new TikTok trend. And planes are dropping parts mid-flight. So much winning, am I right? The White House has become chaos central with Trump's brilliant management style. One day, he's promising to slash the federal workforce by 20%. The next, he's hiring buddies faster than he can fire competent professionals.
You should change the hats to say, make America whine again, Mawa. We have a First Amendment right that Americans are a hell of a lot braver than Donald Trump.
Create havoc. These are bad people. I know everything they're doing. I know every move they make. I get it. It's tougher. I think it's probably, in many ways, it's tougher on my family than it is in me. But the reason she couldn't stand me is that she always wanted to go to war with people. I don't want to go to war. She wanted to stay in Syria. I took them out.
The messaging is so contradictory, it's like watching a tennis match where both players are Donald Trump arguing with himself. And then there's the Elon Musk gravy train. Trump's administration is funneling a cool $30 billion to Musk-owned companies. They even canceled a $2.4 billion Verizon contract just to redirect it to Starlink. Nothing suspicious there. Just two billionaires having each other's backs. Totally normal governmental behavior. But wait, Trump's personal money-making schemes are even better. Have you seen his latest grift? Gold-plated dollar bills for the low price of $34.99 each. That's right, pay $35 for something worth exactly $1. It's like Trump University all over again, but shinier. My favorite part is the completely made-up Donald Trump double-cross necklace he's hawking. Picture this, Jesus on one side, Trump on the other, because nothing says Christian values like putting yourself literally opposite to Jesus on a piece of jewelry. And just when you thought the international stage might offer some relief, Trump's meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky has all the hallmarks of another extortion attempt. This time it's about creating a reconstruction investment fund that just happens to give Trump's buddies access to Ukraine's lithium reserves.
But he suffered from TDS, commonly known as Trump derangement syndrome. Well, now that is false, and there's only one person who suffered from Trump derangement syndrome. His name is Donald Trump.
Perform sex change operation and send him back home.
Not Jimmy anymore, it's Tamara, but I will.
I know nothing about QAnon. I know nothing about it.
I know nothing about the indictment.
I know nothing about WikiLeaks.
I have no idea who these women are.
Ukraine Extortion 2.0, same corrupt show, brand new resources to plunder. And then we have the Jeffrey Epstein list, which Trump kind of sort of promised to release. Attorney General Pam Bondi made a big show of announcing they'd release the Epstein client list at noon. When noon rolled around, what did they deliver? A bunch of binders filled with already public information, handed exclusively to right-wing influencers. No actual new revelations, just repackaged old news with a shiny classified sticker slapped on it. The fact that these Looney Tunes keep conveniently forgetting that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were were good friends is unbelievable. While Trump's team parades around with those empty binders labeled classified, they're hoping we all forget one awkward detail. Their boss and Epstein were buddies for 15 years. This might be the most hilarious part of this whole Epstein binder charade. The very same guy who's now controlling what information gets released about Epstein once couldn't stop gushing about his pal Jeffrey. Back in 2002, Trump told New York Magazine, and I quote, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life." Did you catch that? On the younger side, Trump literally spelled it out for us over 20 years ago.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're gonna have to get a change. I said,
And they got me. I said, I want to wear it on stage. When they said I looked thinner.
I guess I should be honored that the former president of the United States took time out of his busy schedule Googling Ivanka in bikini to rant about me,
But now his team wants us to believe they're the crusaders exposing Epstein's network? Please. That's like Cookie Monster pretending he's investigating who stole the cookies. And let's not forget what Kimmel revealed about Trump and Epstein's little calendar girl competition at Mar-a-Lago. Picture this: 28 women show up thinking this is a legitimate modeling opportunity, only to find just 2 men there, Trump and Epstein. Talk about a bait and switch. Those must have been some very disappointed calendar girls when they realized what kind of competition they'd walked into. The irony is just too much. Team Trump is out there claiming the deep state is hiding information about Epstein, while they're the ones deciding what gets released and to whom. It's like a bank robber accusing everyone else of stealing while stuffing bills in his pockets. And have you seen how they're handling this supposed release? As Kimmel pointed out, Twitter listed this at the top of the homepage. Epstein files to unveil names on February 29th. February 29th. They couldn't even pick a real date that happens every year. Nothing says we're totally serious about transparency, like scheduling a release on a date that only exists once every 4 years.
day off. And how did he spend that? Brunch with Melania? No. Maybe a catch with Barron in the yard? No.
nobody knows more about trade than me.
Nobody knows the system better than me.
Nobody knows the banking industry better than me. Nobody knows more about environmental impact statements.
If I did it, you would be standing up in that chair shouting at me. And you know what I'd do? I'd say, you got me.
So there you have it, folks. The Trump team can't even properly release documents that are already public information. They're scrambling around with empty binders like kids who forgot their homework. Except these kids used to hang out at parties with the very guy whose documents they're pretending to release. Talk about awkward. And that's the real magic trick here. Trump's people are shouting transparency, while they're the ones controlling exactly what gets seen and by whom. It's like a magician showing you his empty hands while his assistant sneaks the rabbit out the back door. Classic Trump playbook. Accuse others of what you're guilty of yourself. This is a big weekend. The Oscars, hosted by Conan O'Brien, are here on ABC. Let's see if those celebs can match the drama coming out of Mar-a-Lago these days.